sit up nice and tall. And just rolling the shoulders back and forth a few times. And then go the other way. And then just letting your palms face upwards. And shutting your eyes, going inside. And let's take a nice long deep breath in through your nose. And then slowly breathing out through your nose. Taking a nice long deep breath in. And breathing all the way back out. Taking a long deep breath in. Breathing all the way back out. And this time, take a longer, deeper breath in. And then gently nodding your chin and holding on to your breath. And then raising your chin back up and breathing all the way back out again. Taking a long deep breath in and gently nodding your chin and holding on to your breath. And then raising your chin back up and breathing all the way back out again. Taking a long deep breath in. And now come to breathe all of the way back out and going right down to the bottom of your exhalation. And then breathing out just a little bit more, lowering down your chin and holding the breath out. And then raising your chin back up and breathing in. And one more time, breathing out. And get breathing out as completely as you can. And lower down your chin, holding your breath out. And then raising your chin back up and breathing in. And breathing out. Taking a long deep breath in. And breathing out. Okay, now let's breathe in. Raising both of your arms, clasping your fingers high at the top. As you breathe out, take a small rotation with your upper body. And breathing in, come back to the middle. Breathing out, taking a little rotation with your upper body. And then breathing in, come back to the middle. Let's lower down our hands, bring them to the floor in front of you. Gently lift up onto your knees, sitting yourself back down upon your heels and reach all the way up towards the top end of your mat. Let's gently breathe in, drawing your body up and along the ground. And as you breathe out, let's curl the toes, sending the hips back and draw the head down through your arms. Breathing in as you draw forwards to a high plank. Breathing out to bend your knees and sit back to your heels. Breathing in as you draw the body to pull on up. And breathing out to lengthen on back into a downward dog. Breathing in, draw forwards to a high plank. And then breathing out, bending your knees and sitting back. Breathing in, let's draw the body up, rolling down the shoulders, lengthening. And as you breathe out, let's push on back into your downward dog. Breathing in forwards to a high plank. And then breathing out, let's bend the knees and sit all of the way back. Breathing in, pull your body up and through. And breathing out to lengthen back and away. Breathing in forwards to a high plank. And breathing out to bend your knees and sit on back. Couple more times. Breathing in as we draw up. And breathing out, press away, let the head down through your arms. Breathing in, draw forwards to a high plank. And breathing out to bend your knees and sit back. And one more time, breathing in, drawing the body up. And as you breathe out, let's stay in the downward dog and walk it from foot to foot. So just drawing down one side of your body and then the other. And just noticing how it is for you today, how the hamstrings feel, how the lower back feels. And just moving those hips a little side to side. And now let's leave the heels back. And let's walk the hands all the way back in. Take a hold of your elbows. And just relax the body downwards. So deep breath in and a little sigh, letting your body hang. Again, deep breath in and a little sigh, letting go. And one more time, deep breath in, sighing out, releasing your arms and bending the knees as you unroll all the way back out to standing. We'll clasp up those fingers at the top, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, a little side body bend. And breathing in, coming back up. And again, breathing out, little side body bend. And breathing in to come back up. And breathing out to let your arms all the way back on down. Let's step on up to the top of your mat, bringing your hands in towards your heart. Let's breathe in as we raise both arms. Breathing out and open the body, folding forwards. Breathing in, right leg, stepping back. Release your knee to the ground and lifting your chin up. Breathing out, let's step back and hold to a high plank. Breathing in, down to your knees, your belly and your chest. Breathing out, drawing into an upward dog, tucking the elbows, opening the collarbone. Breathing in as you lower. As you breathe out, push away from the ground to plank and back off into your downward facing dog. Breathing in, right foot, stepping through, lifting the chin, releasing the toes back. Breathing out, left leg, stepping it through and folding. And then breathing in as we unroll through the spine, gaze into your thumbs, breathing out, hands back to your heart. Breathing in, let's raise both arms. Breathing out and diving the body forwards. Breathing in, left leg, stepping back, releasing your knee and lifting your chin. Breathing out, let's step back and hold into a high plank. Breathing in, come down to your knees, your belly, your chest. Breathing out to draw into an upward dog, elbows in, shoulders down. Breathing in as you lower, then breathing out as we push up to plank and back off into a downward facing dog. Breathing in, left leg, stepping up, lifting the chin, releasing the toes. And breathing out, right leg, step it on up. Breathing in, drawing all the way back out to standing. And breathing out. out, hands back to your heart. Breathing in, raising both arms. Breathing out and diving your body forwards. Breathing in, right leg stepping back. We're just going to keep the knee above the ground. Raising your left arm. Opening up and looking up towards your thumb. Just take a few breaths here, really pushing out into the back leg as strongly as you can. And then we'll flip it round the other way. So if you just let your elbow, left elbow to your left knee, take your back heel down upon the floor for me, and we'll just take a couple of arm circles here. So as you brush the arm forwards, breathing in, breathing out and open the shoulder back. Again, breathing in, brush the arm forwards, breathing out, circle it back. And again, breathing in, brush it forwards, follow the hand as it goes back. One more time, breathing in, and as you breathe out, wrap the arm back behind you and look back. Just taking a few breaths there. Feel that stretch coming in for your inner thigh on the left leg. And then we'll bring the body all the way back round. Hands either side of your foot, stepping your feet back together behind you. Now either knees, belly and chest, or if you feel you can, bend at the elbows and lower your body down in one straight line. Okay, now coming into a half bow. So if you reach up with your left hand, reach around and take your right ankle, and lifting if you can a little of your thigh off the ground, and then if you can also lifting up with your left hand and also your left leg. Okay, and then if you can, it's all right with your neck, looking forwards. Take a couple of breaths there. And then gently letting it down. Changing it over. So reaching around for your ankle, reaching up with your right hand, tilt the pelvis, squeeze the backside, raising your right arm, your right leg. And releasing it all of the way back on down. Okay, hands beneath your shoulders, gently draw up into an upward dog, elbows in, shoulders down. And then gently release it back down again. Let's curl the toes, engage your core. Breathe in as you push up to plank and breathe out into a downward dog. Now just stay in the downward dog, and you might want to bring your feet in closer. We're just going to reach beneath us with our right hand towards your left leg. Now inside arc is a little bit easier, outside edge is a bit harder. So reaching beneath either the calf, the knee or the ankle, and then looking underneath your armpit, your left armpit. Feel that cross body stretch all the way across your back. And then we'll swap it over. Taking through your left hand, reach for your right leg and looking beneath your armpit. And then bring your hand back down to the floor. Let's take a big stride through with your right foot. Release your left knee down upon the ground and lifting your chin. And then let's take a nice big step through with your left leg. Take a nice deep breath in, all the way back out to standing. And breathing out, hands back to your heart. Breathing and raising your arms. Breathing out to dive your body forwards. Breathing in left leg, stepping back. Pushing down into your left hand, raising your right arm up. So again, pushing away into the heel. Take some nice long deep breaths here. And then again, we'll draw down the right elbow to the right knee. Place the back heel down upon the floor. And then take some arm circles here just to loosen off the shoulder. Breathing in, bring it forwards, breathing out to circle it back. Breathing in, breathing out and looking back. Again, breathing in, out and back. And then breathing in, bring it all the way back behind you. And then looking back over your shoulder for a couple of breaths. then let's bring it around. Hands either side of your foot. Turn and step the feet together behind you. And then let's from here, if you can, bend at the elbows and slide your body down through your arms to the ground. Now taking your feet a little bit wider, let's bring the right arm across the top of your mat, left fingertips down to the floor. As you breathe in, come on up onto your forearm. As you breathe out, glancing over your left shoulder, trying to keep the hips nice and balanced, nice and relaxed. Now you might be able to see your left foot, you might be able to see both feet. Certainly don't strain, okay, but it might be there. And then bring the body all the way back down. Okay, let's swap that over. Fingertips down to the side of you, breathing in, coming on up onto your left forearm and breathing out, glancing over your shoulder. And bring it back on down. Hands beneath your shoulders, gently bring it up into your upward dog, elbows in, shoulders down. And then releasing it carefully back down. Narrow the legs a little, engage your core, breathing in as you push up to plank, and breathe out to a downward dog. Breathe in, step forwards with your left foot, releasing your knee down onto the ground in between. And breathing out, step forwards with your right foot. And folding, breathing in, pull up through the belly, all the way back out to standing. Breathing out, hands to your heart. Let's take a couple of our jump backs. Breathing in, raising both arms. Breathing out, big dive forwards. Breathing in, lift your chin. Breathing out, step or hop back. Breathing in, hover or come to the belly. Roll over the toes, lifting the chin. Breathing out, roll over the toes and gaze up to your navel. Breathing in, rounding the spine, look forwards. Breathing out, step or hop to your hands. Breathing in, lifting your chin. And breathing out to fold deeper. Breathing in as you are rolled, standing. And breathing out, hands back to your heart. Breathing in, raising both arms. Breathing out, big dive forwards. Breathing in, lift your chin. Breathing out, step or hop back. Breathing in, pulling forwards over the toes, lift the chin. Breathing out, high, roll over the toes and look up to your navel. Breathing in, come up to your toes, look forwards. Breathing out, step or hop to your hands. Breathing in, lifting your chin. And breathing out to fold deeper. Breathing in and roll to standing, raising your arms, look up. And breathing out, hands back to your heart. Breathing in, raise your arms. Breathing out, open the chest, fold forwards. Breathing in, lift your chin. Breathing out, step or hop back. Breathing in, pull forwards over your toes. Breathing out, roll over your toes. Breathing in, round the back, belly up, look forwards. Breathing out, step or hop to your hands. Breathe in, raise the chin. Breathing out, lower deeper. Breathe in and roll through your spine, look to your thumbs. Breathing out, hands to your heart, one more time. Breathing in, raising your arms. Breathing out, dive the body forwards. Breathing in, lift your chin. Breathing out, step or hop back. Breathing in, pull forwards over your toes. Breathing out, high, roll over your toes. Breathing in, round your back, look forwards. Breathing out, step or hop to your hands. Breathing in, lift your chin. And breathing out, fold deeper. Breathing in and roll to standing. And breathing out, hands back to your heart. And just settle with the breath there. In through your nose. And out through your nose. Okay, now breathing in, raising your arms high. Breathing out and diving your body forwards. Now if we step back with the left leg, leaving your right leg at the top of your mat. Bend your front knee a little and raise your body up into preparation of warrior one. So we can start with a couple of shoulder rolls. And then if we roll the shoulders way, 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 way back, turning the palms, bringing the arms high to the ceiling and looking upwards towards your thumbs or between your hands. Deep bend into that front knee, trying to get the ribs and the hips facing the short edge of your mat if you can. Breathing in through your nose, out through your nose. And then coming on out into warrior two. So we can think about flattening out the hips towards the long edge of your mat this time. Bend the knee nice and deeply. Pull forwards with your front arm and then pull back with your back arm. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose, really connecting through that core center of your body. And then if we reach on back, looking up towards your upper hand, if you can, straighten your front leg, balance up onto your heel, reach out, get that deep stretch into the waist. And now bring it back on up. Place the foot back down, but turn your body so you're facing out towards the long edge of your mat. Now from here, hinging from your hips, either just place your fingertips to the floor. If your hands will go down, place your hands down to the floor. And they're just a little bit further forwards than your feet. Then raising your right arm, looking around and looking up towards your thumb, if you can. And then let's let that arm down, swapping it over, raising your left arm and looking up. And then letting it down. And if we turn the heels in, and then just work a little side to side. Alright, so see how this is for you. Okay, you can stay high with me, or you can go a bit lower. Alright, if you're having a good day on this hip area, then you work down a little bit lower, sit yourself back, take your time. Got a couple of breaths here, so just going to move it around. Get used to moving into the hips and the inner thigh muscles. Okay, and then we'll think about coming all the way back round towards your right foot. Turn your left knee and let it come down upon the ground. Placing both of your hands to the inside of your foot. And if we turn open the front foot, coming into lizard. So just gently easing your body down on the inside of your leg. Again, just notice how that is for you today. If you want to go deeper, maybe taking your right hand beneath your right foot and then placing your foot on its edge, bending at the elbow and lowering the body down. And then we'll come back on up, work the foot out to the side a little bit. And let's come back on up with your upper body. Alright, now you can have your back knee as far back behind you as you want to go for. Raising your arms up nice and high there for me. Now you can either just keep it up straight, or if it feels good to, lift the chin and maybe open it back a little. And then drawing it back down, dig the heel in, draw your toes back and come into your half split. Just pressing the body out the other way. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. And then if we round the back a little, come up to bring the knees together. Okay, so I'm going to start today by curling the toes, having the heels a little bit higher. Now as I lift my left arm, okay, I'm going to reach back, look back towards the right heel and reach for it with my right hand. And as I go back, I'm just leaning it out a little and then swapping it over. So as I reach back, breathing out, leaning it back a little, looking back and breathing in. So we're just waking the back muscles up on a camel. Okay, so a little preparation work for camel. If you don't want to go any further than this today, absolutely carry it on. Or if you feel good to, reach around and take maybe your elbows. Okay, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, opening up with your throat a little, looking back, maybe reaching for the back of your legs or your heels. And then engaging with your core, gently draw it back on up for me. Slide those hands ahead, spreading your fingers out nice and wide. Push off into your downward dog. And let's raise the right leg up nice and high. Bend the knee a little and open up with your hip. So we're going to try and keep both of your arms level to the ground. And then locking your big toe and toe next to it to the bone above your heel and come forwards into your single leg plank. And take some deep breaths in through your nose, out through your nose. Feel that core connection. And then send it back on up into a downward dog. You can raise your right leg nice and high. And then we'll bring the right knee towards the right elbow. Come into that floating plank. Really pull up into your core. And then if we straighten out the right leg underneath you and place your left heel down upon the floor and raising your left arm into your fallen triangle. And bring your hand back down. Bring your right knee towards your right wrist and then sliding your back leg away. Alright, so you could today make a little fist tower and draw your forehead down and upon. Okay, and if you want to take pigeon to resting today, absolutely remain. Alright, if you're okay to come on up and to lift up the back leg, maybe reaching around, come on in for that quad stretch. Okay, and then today, if from there we can swing that round that left leg. And we're just going to come back upon your forearm. So we're going to lean it back a little and then bring the feet up off the ground and then press your toes away from you and then draw them back in. So pushing away as if you're desperately trying to get your toes to the other side of the room. As you push away, breathing out, breathing in to draw back in. Breathing out, push away, breathing in, back in. Breathing out to extend, breathing in. So really pull up into the core, breathing in. And again, pushing away, and in. And again, pressing away, and in. Two more, push, and back in. One more, and back in. Alright, bring the body back on up to seated. Okay, so taking your right leg to go over the top of your left, and either leave your left leg straight or move the right leg across and down to the side of you. And then let's draw across your left arm to your right knee, hug it in, sit the body up nice and tall, lengthen the look over your shoulder. Now either take a half prayer or go underneath the knee and find the fingers. releasing. And now just crossing your legs. Pull them up beneath you. Take the hands to the floor and take a light hop back. So scoop up over the ankles and push it on back into your plank. Push off into your downward dog. And now if we step forwards with your right foot and take your left knee down upon the ground. So we come to a short high kneel. Okay, take a deep breath in, raising your left arm. As you breathe out, bring the elbow to the far side of the knee. So you could either put your hands in prayer, lean forwards. You can take your hand to the far side of your foot and lean forwards. Then from here, your option may be to lift up your back knee. And if you're going all the way over, maybe you're bringing across your right arm. So it's coming up towards the top end of your mat. And then letting the arm down, letting the hand out, curl the toes behind you, step the feet lightly in. Let's take a nice deep breath in, all the way back out to standing. Breathing out, hands back to your heart. Again, let's breathe in, raising both arms. Breathing out, big dive forwards. Stepping back with your right leg, leaving your left leg at the top. Let's come on up, preparation of warrior one. And let's roll the shoulders a few times. Really loosen up the shoulder girdle. Bring the elbows, the shoulder blades back a little, so you really open the chest, turn the palms up. And as you raise your arms, looking up either between your hands or to your thumbs. Just decide how far you want to go on that today. And nice deep breath in through your nose, out through your nose. And let's come on out into warrior two. Gazing along the centre finger. So again, we just get that little bit of a pull in with the ribs, a little bit of a draw down with the length of your spine, gazing along the centre finger. Reaching the arms out and open. And a deep breath in. As you breathe out, straighten up the front leg. Let's reach that arm back, looking upwards towards your thumb, into your reverse warrior. Then bring the arm down. And again, I'd like us to turn out towards the long edge of your mat, coming on down towards the floor with your fingertips. Now I'm going to give you an option here. If you want to, just maybe bring your fingers and toes in alignment, draw the head down. Or you could bring your hands to come back behind you, clasp your fingers, and let your arms hang up and over into that shoulder girdle stretch. So whichever you feel is a good fit for you today. And then bringing the arms back down again. And again, draw the heels in and work a little side to side. Alright, you might find you can go a little bit deeper. So your options here, if you do want to go deeper, you could go into goddess pose where you have the hands in at your heart and you move a little side to side. Or you go deeper and then you draw your heel back up for like a Cossack, okay? So find out which one you are today, which one you'd like to have a go at. Alright, just moving it in, a little from side to side, little active stretching here. Couple more. And then when you're ready, we're going to come all the way back around towards your left leg and place your right knee down on the floor. Then drawing open your right foot, hands on the inside of your foot, and gently easing the body down on the inside of your leg. And again, if you found that you could go a little bit further, walk your foot across Place it on its edge, take the hands beneath, and then lower your body down. Alright, then we'll bring the body back on up. Work the foot out to the side a little. And let's bring the upper body back on up. Bringing your arms upwards if you can. Maybe looking up towards your thumbs, or if you can, looking back a little. And then bring it all of the way back on down, and we'll settle back onto the back knee. Dig the heel in and draw the toes back and press from the centre of your chest. Again, take some long, deep breaths into the calf, into the hamstring stretch. And then let's round up through the spine. Bring the knees back up together. And coming into camel for the second time. So by all means, this time around, maybe do some arm circles. Okay, that's a good fit for you today. Or maybe go down for your back bend. Okay, so again, we can either reach around for the elbows and open the chest. We can reach along for the back of the legs. Or we can reach around and find the heels. And lifting the chest up, opening out the neck a little if you can. Take some deep breaths. And then engaging your core, coming all the way back up again. Hands coming forward, spread out the fingers, curl the toes and push off into a nice long downward dog. And maybe just check in with your body. Notice, maybe you have a little more depth now with that downward dog. And then if we could raise the left leg high to the ceiling, bending the knee. Bring it back down and locking. So you're stacking your feet up and coming forwards into your one leg plank. And then sending it back up. And then taking your left leg high to the ceiling into a down dog split. And then coming through with your left knee towards your left elbow. And then if you can move through, so taking your left foot through and raising your right arm up. So left foot going towards your right hand and then raising it up. And bring the hand back on down. And let's bring through your left knee towards your left wrist. And then taking your right leg back. Again, maybe coming down, maybe taking a fist tower or lowering your forehead down into your fingers. Or if you feel good to, coming on up, bending up the back leg and taking a hold of the heel or the ankle. And then letting it go. Bring yourself around to a seated position again for me. Okay. So I'm just going to work in a little bit of free rolling, okay? So I do understand if rolling isn't your thing, it doesn't feel great. What I'm going to offer is that we have the fingers underneath the knees and we do a little round tuck back and we pull back up. All right, so this would be a nice controlled way of working that curve of your lumbar spine without actually rolling upon. Okay, some of you might feel comfortable with putting your hands by your side And then as we roll back, being supported by the hands and the elbows to bring you round, okay? And like I said, I'm calling it free rolling because I'm not going to talk about, you know, keeping it tucked or anything like that. Just get going, see how it is for you today. Alright, so always with rolling, you need to do a couple to know where you're at. Alright, and then if you're in a position to tidy it up, okay, then keeping the feet in, tucked in a bit more towards you, holding on maybe to the ankles and rolling along the back. Again, this can be a little bit more intense, so if that feels like it's too much, it's okay, you don't have to do it. Alright, and if you feel, you know, feel you can get to a stage where you don't need to flick the legs out, then that will be a little bit harder too, okay? And those of you who feel fancy, maybe taking the legs up, rolling backwards, and then coming on up and stopping on a balance. Okay, so a little roll backwards, coming on up, stopping on the balance, okay? So here we're going to try not to hold on to the legs for dear life, okay? And try and maintain that stillness when you get to the top. Alright, finishing off your last one. And then if we take the left leg over the top of your right. And then you can either leave your right leg straight or we can move it up to the side. And then drawing in your right arm to your left knee and looking over your shoulder. And then either half prayer or if you can binding the fingers underneath. Releasing, untangling, letting go of your legs, and then if we can, just going to swoop those legs up underneath you and go into a little bit of a hop back. Okay, rolling over and hopping out. Back up into your downward dog. Stepping through with your left foot, dropping your right knee halfway down your mat, coming up into your high kneel. Take a deep breath in, raising your right arm, elbow to the far side of your knee, hands in prayer, or if you can go further, hand towards the floor. And then from there, going a little bit further, lean forwards, lift up the back knee, and then maybe bring your left arm back up and across. And then letting that arm down, letting the knee down, fingers to the floor, hop forwards. Oh, take a nice deep breath in, all the way back out to standing. And breathing out, hands back to your heart. Okay, letting your arms down. So let's come on up into a couple of balances. So if we use tree today, we'll go to dancer. And then if we go to a cross twist, okay, so when I talk of the cross twist, hand on the knee, other arm going back behind you, maybe I'll show you from the side, so opposite hand to opposite knee, back arm going up, and then you're looking back behind you, which is the hardest part. If you can do that with a straight leg, by all means hold the foot instead of the knee, okay? Let the arms go. So picking up your right foot, placing it either to your calf or going above your knee. Hands in at your heart. And we'll make our way up through the middle. And then taking your right hand back behind your left. Breathing, nice steady breath. In through your nose, out through your nose. And then letting it go, turning your right foot, holding onto your ankle, and then coming forwards a little for your dancer pose, lifting your chin. like I said, you can take the left hand towards your right knee, or if you want to, straighten the leg. Then draw your right arm back, take your time and start to look towards your back hand. And bring it back, and then let that leg down there for me. Good. Take some deep breaths in and out. And then we'll draw up the left leg. And then let's move the fingers up through the midline of your body. Left hand going back behind the right. And then slowly let's bring it on down, taking a hold of your ankle. Gently leaning it forwards, bring up the back leg. And bring it back up and through. And then holding onto the knee, opening up your left arm, taking your gaze back. And gently bring it round. And the feet together. I know, not as easy as it looks, that one. Okay. Step back to the middle of your mat. Alright, now we're going to come up nice and slowly and come down into your crow position. Seamless. Deep breath in, coming up. As you breathe out, lowering your body all the way through. Hands coming down towards the floor. Bend the elbows slightly. Perch your knees either to the outside of your arms or up beneath your armpits. Looking forwards, lifting your gaze up. Take your time. And then if it feels like a good thing to try, either one foot or both feet up off the ground. And when you get there, breathing. So try not to hold your breath. Stay focused. Grip the ground with your fingertips. And then when you've had enough, come on down. Very good. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a inner thigh knee opening position. I'm going to also work this in as a back stretch. Okay, I've done lots of back opening up work today. So I've got quite a distance away with my feet from my body, and then I'm going to round my back and bring the head in towards your feet. And then just take some deep breaths there. In through your nose, out through your nose again. Relax your shoulders. And then gently bringing it back on up. Taking your legs out nice and straight. I'm just going to finish off with the last couple of postures on your back. I'm going to offer up that we take a shoulder stand and a plough. Although if you feel that that's not a good fit for you today, lie onto your back, pull the knee in and take a cross knee stretch, which will also give you a very similar release for the back. Okay? But if you're happy to try a shoulder stand and plough, roll yourself back, place your feet to the ground and then send them up towards the ceiling. Start to peel the legs on over and then working your arms inwards as closely as you can, placing your hands upon your lower back. Then when you pivot your body back, supporting your lower back with your hands. And we're pointing the toes, extending the legs away. Try and feel nice and spacious around the neck. So try not to squeeze down on the back of the neck. You're supporting yourself up there on your shoulders. Slowing down the breath. In through your nose, out through your nose. slowly taking your feet back. Either bend your knees or let your legs go straight. And if you can, clasping your fingers onto the ground behind your back. And then placing your palms flat down, let your knees come towards your forehead, and then slowly lower your body all the way back. And now just separating your feet, and we'll finish with a little relaxation. So I'll just talk you through here. Just take a nice deep breath in through your nose. A little sigh out of your mouth. Again, take a deep breath in and sigh out of your mouth. Again, deep breath in, and now just sighing through your nose with your mouth shut. And just releasing expression upon your face. Letting your eyebrows raise. Letting your mouth soften and your jaw to slacken. Relaxing your shoulders, your arms and your hands. And just feel that your body is getting a little heavier against the ground. Now we're just letting go of our practice today. Relaxing the muscles through your legs, your feet, your toes. And just feeling your heels and the lower back a little heavier to the ground. And maybe just taking yourself off to a little visual meditation. So maybe imagining a place that you've been or you'd like to go to, somewhere that makes you happy, and just visualize that space, that place, that area, whatever it is, and just hold yourself in that happy place. Just letting go of your body that little bit more. Just let yourself drop that little bit more, dialing down the energy that you've been using. Without moving now, just let the breath be more apparent. Just breathing that little bit heavier. And then why don't we today just take a nice big body stretch. Reaching your arms away from you above your head, pushing down through your toes, Just feeling that stretch through the whole body. Maybe just take the right hand and the right leg a little further away. And then the left hand to the left foot a little further away. And then bring your arms down. Place your feet to the floor. Let them rock a little side to side. And gently moving yourself over. And gently bringing yourself back on up. So sitting up tall, lengthening the spine, the neck. Let's take a deep breath in, raising your arms high. Closing your practice completely now. And as you breathe out, come down to your crown, to your third eye, your throat, and your heart. And if you wish to, joining me with a single arm. Deep breath in. Namaste. May you be happy, healthy, and